You've taken to command as quickly as I had hoped. It is a useful thing to study the masters of the past, as long as you're able to build on their lessons. I've been observing your legion closely, and I've noticed something that may be of great value to you. The cavalry of Mithridates is very heavily armored. Your own Equites has had trouble with them, but I believe we can turn this into a decisive advantage. Try this. Order your Equites to turn and ride away. Make it look like they are routed. Mithridates' cataphracts will not be able to resist giving chase. Indeed. So your Equites must eliminate Mithridates' cataphracts and then return to the battle. Once the enemy heavy cavalry is exhausted from chasing your Equites through the heat, your men will turn and cut them apart. In war, nothing is certain. But this is a calculated risk. And if it works, it will be devastating to your enemy. Regaining control of Asia Minor is important, of course. But our primary objective is ensuring the safety of Cotta. There may be a way of saving him without combat. I have arranged a meeting with Mithridates' Magus. Everyone wants something. Let us see what our enemy wants, and what we can get in exchange for it. Of course it is. But is it more dangerous than anything you've done so far? We Romans tend to think of foreigners as uncivilized. But dismissing Mithridates as just another barbarian would be another way of underestimating the king of Pontus. Cotta paid dearly for that mistake. Besides, I have taken all the necessary precautions. Laomedontus will guarantee our safety. In the same fishing village in Troas where you found Cassius, Laomedontus agreed to mediate. We will meet at his villa and have an opportunity to taste his food. That would not be a smart move. Frankly, if Mithridates wants to kill us, he will have the opportunity before we start dining. There's a fragile political balance in Troas. It is in Laomedontus' best interest to keep everyone alive. The demise of either party means he will die too. It still is. But conquering a fortress and saving a hostage from said fortress are two tasks of vastly different complexity. Simply put, our task would be much more straightforward without the need to worry about Cotta's safety. We intend to negotiate with our foe in order to improve our mutual positions. Why does that sound like surrender to you? Don't worry. You'll understand these things in time. You must learn about the art of negotiation. I think you should accompany me and take part in our conversation with Mithridates.
Not to mention the great opportunity this represents for us.
She's talking about killing him, probably by poisoning. Am I right?
You are. But it is a great opportunity. You can't deny it.
Everyone knows Mithridates cannot be poisoned. As I said, we will just be there to negotiate. Laomedontus has a villa in Troas. We shall meet there. You will arrive unarmed, and on time.
You should take this flask anyway. You never know when you will need poison. Have it your way.
Did you hear what happened on the waterfront? I did. Roman soldiers took someone.
You must be the Roman consul's people. Go right in, they're all waiting for you.
Welcome and well met. I believe I do not need to remind you of our agreement about the nature of this meeting.
Of course not.
I am well aware of the nature of your arrangement.
Delightful. Settle down then. And just to make it clear, you both agreed to not bear arms inside my villa. This rule is meant to discourage combat. Combat in this case includes but is not limited to hand-to-hand engagements. Refreshments will be served in a moment. Enjoy yourselves, and please, try to refrain from killing each other.
If this is meant to intimidate me, I have to admit, Lucullus, you have done better than anyone else before you.
I'm afraid I do not know what you're referring to.
I see. Very well. Let us stick to that story then. I must say, I'm impressed by this display of audacity, though.
So you've met before. Interesting, and surprising that I didn't know about this. It seems my ward is more skilled than I expected.
So it seems. Very well. Let us start. Tell me how I can help you.
First of all, Mithridates Megas, I am pleased that you came to meet me. There's a certain individual you've been keeping as a guest. It would make me happy to see him reunited with his family.
I'm sure that would make you happy and place you in a significantly better strategic position. Forgive me for being selfish in this case, but you should know that his release would certainly not make me happy. And I'm mostly concerned with my own happiness. Besides, I'm quite fond of my new friend Kota. Why would I let him go? He's a valuable guest. Certainly, you don't expect me to roll over and give him up to you.
Not at all. But my intention here is not to bring about your defeat.
I highly doubt that.
My intention is making sure we both win. Over the course of this war, we have captured nearly 1,000 of your soldiers, which are held in my camp as prisoners. I have no interest in feeding your men. We would both be best served by an exchange of hostages. One man for the lives of 1,000. I'd call that a fair trade, would you not?
An interesting proposal. But Kota is of immense strategic value to me. In order to make this trade, I would need to see my strategic position improved. I'm sure I can be persuaded into parting with your co-consul in exchange for, say, your departure from Asia Minor with all your legions. I doubt you'd agree to that. He's alive. That does pique my interest. I'll have to consider it. Perhaps over a glass of wine?
Indeed. All this talk made me thirsty. My ward should order our wine.
Don't you worry. I have already prepared the best wine for my guests. We did not spare any expense. By no means. All food and drinks are to be served by me. Only that way can we guarantee the safety for the negotiators. Go now. I shall bring your drinks.
Good wine. Refreshes the mind indeed.
These Asian wines are rather dry. I prefer those they make in Africa.
To each their own. I'll make you one final offer. I have no interest in handing over Kota. But since you have shown goodwill, I may be willing to release 200 of your legionari in exchange for the release of Arculeus, who you claim you have captured. You expect 500 men in exchange for one general? I will release 350.
We know how important Archelaus is to you. Indeed, we have witnessed his skill firsthand. We must have a full cohort in exchange for him.
Fine. A full cohort then.
We have a deal.
I am not in the mood to eat any longer. Stay and enjoy our host's hospitality if you'd like. Next time we meet, it will be on the battlefield.
That was some masterful negotiation. Well done. Go on, I'll stay here a little longer. I have some things I wish to discuss with our host, and some local delicacies I'd like to taste.
What can I do for you? My name is Laumen Dondas. I'm a landowner, farmer, and merchant. I'm certainly not complaining. I am well liked in Troas. People know me as someone who invests in the community and guides us towards prosperity. There is little to tell. We are an idyllic, quiet community of fishermen and farmers. Our market is small, but it serves a large area. Produce and, well, many fish. My business is preservation of fish through smoking and salting, and distribution to our neighboring towns.
Directly from the sea to your dinner plate.
We are ready to deploy the Legion. Consistite latos in performance! Battle is joined. How shall we proceed? Sinite milites exultare!
our way.
Good night.
They caught Cassius! I saw them throw him into the holding cells!
Serves that traitorous bastard right. I hope he's executed for what he did.
Me and the boys are going to throw rotten food at him when our shift ends. Want to come?
You best believe I will.
I took these sandals off a local farmer. He didn't want to sell at first. Told him I was taking them with his feet still inside them or not.
Good night.
Our recent conquest seems to have had an adverse effect on the local population of bandits. 2 of their leaders have formed an alliance and started fighting against us. Raiding defenseless Greek villages is significantly less risky than raiding settlements in Roman territory. You might call them freedom fighters. They fight for the freedom to raid. Cruel outlaws united by common interests, no doubt. It's an annoyance we unfortunately have to deal with. This kind of thing has a tendency to grow out of hand. We're dealing with a pair of skilled warriors and their followers. We'll need a tough commander who's not afraid to spill blood. Unfortunate indeed, but what can I say? We all lose our heads sometimes. This time it seems to be their turn. Our way, legate.
Oh, legate. Would you and your Praetorian guards spar with my contubernium? It would be an honor. Not long. The Legion was assembled just for this campaign, but I've served under Turius Orestes in other legions. How long has it been? A bit more than a decade? I'm honored that you ask, but teaching suits me well. There's nothing quite so satisfying as to take wide-eyed young men and turn them into soldiers of Rome.
At your service.
You see this, Cleon? The Roman legatus must think we are mere insects to send such a small group for us.
A whole legion would not be enough to stop us now that we are together, Bios. Let us send these Romans back to their legatus in little pieces.
mercy! Forget you ever saw me!
It seems the Romans need to be taught a lesson. Let us begin!
are well protected here. Be ready.
isn't
We're doomed!
over.
Where are you going? Stay! Help me avenge your leader, you cowards!
I need help with this wound! I have so much left to do! They are too strong!
Away, legate!
Please excuse me.